guideline. What I gave. Okay. Always include a reference, even though it's the last part. Start including, start building up. So when I'm going through and I come across a reference, I can find it within your reference page as well. Okay, guys. So that's this, guys. Let me go to another student, and then we end it. So at least you guys have an idea of what to expect or what to write about, or what I'm expecting from your write-ups. So good. See, we have the title page, design and implementation of what? A cold storage management system. These guys have poor formatting. Look at that. Poor form. It's not justified. It's just all over the place. No, that's poor. Justify the document. Just highlight it, click justify. That's all you have to do. Simple as that. See, it looks much better. Justify. See, it looks much better. There isn't much to it, guys. There's not much to it. Justify. That's all. Always use justification. Don't use the right justification or the left or right alignment. No. In documentation, justification is how you're supposed to format a document. Are we good, folks? It's just one click. Highlight it, one click, justify. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Great. So these guys have, they had a whole lot going on over here. Once again, the aim, like I said, is just a title, to design a cold store management system, period. Objectives, how are you going to build that? What do you need? What are some of the actionable processes you need to take to do that? But look at what they start writing. Improve a custom sales personnel relation. Improve custom sales personnel relation. How is that an objective? How is that an objective? Improve transactions / sales so as their records. I don't even know what that means. Sometimes you guys write English that are so complicated, nobody even understands it. I'm pretty sure you also don't understand what you've written. So there's nothing over here that indicates an objective over here. So I indicated over here. So you are not what? Building any system for what? For us. And those are not objectives. Things you have to do to achieve your aims are your objectives. And there's nothing like that over here. It just talks about the benefits, how it would improve major problems. The proposed system would help. The proposed system has got a reporting system. The proposed system has got customized search. The maximum, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing objective over here, right? Guys, are you going through this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys see any objective, anyhow over here?
No, sir.
So, sir, I can say he's trying to say, let's say, to develop a system that will improve customers' sales personal relation.
How are you going to do that?
That's what I'm saying, to develop a system to improve a sales relation between customers.
Yeah, but a system is big. If you want to improve sales system, there has to be a unique design or a unique development that would improve the sales part.
But, all right.
And that becomes the objective. So maybe build a structured database system, that will capture, sales records or transactional records. See, that becomes an objective because now you told us how, based on what? Your database creation, that structured database design. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's nothing over here that's an objective. So over here is just a lot of talks, nothing. You know, some of the issues that I come across, you know, significance as usual. We went on and on and on and on. I don't see the organization. I don't see academia. I don't see a government over here. It's just the stock holding, that the stock product groups, the stock batch members. Really, maybe this guy didn't get my template. So his the stakeholders should have been the co-store owners. That's the first one: organization, government, and then academia, or academia and government. How you want to arrange it? But the organization part is the co-store owners. They are going to benefit from the system.
Okay.
Then he elaborates on these three. But he goes about talking about stock holding, stock products group, stock batch numbers. What are all these? Are these significant? You get a picture, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then the scope. There is not a scope of study here. Think of it as the range within which the system would operate, like I mentioned earlier on. That should have been the scope. And then your limitation, these are wrong limitations. He's talking about the methodology now. Limitation, database use is MySQL server. No, these are not limitations. How is now database use using MySQL database server as a limitation? How is that a limitation? Yeah, this is BIT group 12. Are they here? Group 12, are you here? You obviously got this already from me. I've already sent it to you guys. So yeah, so how does this form a limitation? Manual errors at the time of entering the data can't be checked. Only the validation required. How is that a limitation? I don't even know what that means. The proposed system executable is runnable only on a Windows operating system. Okay, so that's a good limitation because he's telling us that his application will only run on Windows application, which if I think about it, if it's going to be a web-based application, then you can't tell me it would only run on Windows base. It can also run on Apple, right? MacBook, Linux books as well, right? Or Android. Right, guys? Yeah, so some of these needs to be, worked out, If it's going to be a web-based application, then obviously this is not a limitation. This cannot be a limitation because if it's a web-based, it will run on any operating system. It will run on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Android, run all of those. So it can't be a limitation. Anyway, so moving on the same way. See, this is not properly formatted, Oh, guys, justify the document. Like I said, avoid bulleted points as much as possible. So anyways, this guy, what are his problem statements? Let's go through that real quick. So problem statement. He talks about sales or transaction of course, are the lifeline of any business, and without it, the business soon flounders. Some causes of poor sales, such as disaster, are out of the hands of company leadership. However, many reasons for poor sales can be directly traced to management. For instance, if changes in customer preference and the market in general are ignored, sales will suffer. While there is no way to guarantee sales, managers can be what? Proactive and responsive to sales needs. Okay, so what's the problem statement here? Manual management of organizations like a cold storage can lead to poor growth of the organization. So one of the problems is manual management of cold store systems. So that's one of the problem statement over here in one paragraph. Let's move to the second paragraph. Due to manual management, same thing. The cold storage firms does not back up their management softwares. I'm not sure if this is adding to the first problem statement or building another problem statement. I don't see much of any other. Somebody say, please, concerning references, how do we give references to a website? Look on go to the site I sent you guys, citethisforme.com. It has all of the formats over there for Harvard. Harvard reference all indicated over there with examples. Citethisforme.com. I indicated this a while back on the platform. So cite this for me. Let me go up this real quick. So go to citethisforme.com. That's a website. Citethisforme.com. When you go there, you'd have the Harvard reference installed right there. Click on it. And it will tell you for websites, journals, books, and more. So website, click on it. It will give you samples of how to go about it. So you go through all this, read it, and it will give you examples of how Harvard referencing is done. Okay? Go to citations. Okay, so you can go to citation guides, and then Harvard referencing right here. This gives you a lot more examples. So here are examples of how you go about it. There's in-text referencing, and then there's a reference list. 2 things. And then you can look up some of them. So for blogs, books, chapter of books, conferences, ebooks, emails, it tells you all examples of the websites. So let's go to websites. There we go. So that's it. For websites, this is where you have the reference list itself. Reference list itself. These are not in-text references. These are the reference page itself. So within your in-text, so your in-text citation, it's supposed to be the author's last name of the person that published that documentation and the year they publish it. That becomes the in-text reference. And then when you come to the reference list itself, then you cite this whole thing, which will have the author's last name, their first name initials, the year of publication, title, online, available, the address, and then the URL, and then the time you accessed it. So it has all the information over here. Spend some time over here. You'll find out all the hidden reference styles and the examples. So you can also use them in your write-up, okay? Bryce, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
So go to this page over here. Cite this for me. It has all of it over there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, so those guys, okay, so the problem statements. So like I said, identify manual management. That's one of the things I, within these 2 paragraphs, it's all about manual management. Over here too, I'm seeing manual management again. So manual systems for keeping various information. Some are using package softwares like MS Excel and Word for storing customers' information, employees' information. However, it's not the solution to their problems. So it can be said that the system is not, it's a manual-like based system. So he still hasn't talked about much of any unique or key problem statement besides the manual part. If you go through all of this, you notice you can summarize his key problem statement as just manual management of cold store businesses. That's all. That's the only problems they can see over here. So which means his entire chapter 2 is going to be about what? Manual systems or manual cold store systems and some of the challenges that they posed to business processes. Okay? But when I went through, I noticed that he also used the same dummy subheadings as usual. So I have no idea what exactly he's talking, whether he's actually addressing the manual issues or not. I have no idea. And then he's using poor reference style over here. This is not part of Harvard referencing. That's one, using 1, 2, no, the dotted notations. No, that's a different style of referencing. At GTU, he's supposed to use the Harvard style. So they're supposed to have the last name of the author and the year that they published the document, that reference. So anyways, like I said, I have no idea what is going on over here. Whether they address the manual process, I have no idea. I can't really tell. So bottom line, just make sure your chapter 2 captures your problem statement and what? Your objectives. Bottom line. With, appropriate subheadings to elaborate more. If you're not getting all of this stuff, just go like the what I showed you guys. Google literature reviews, download some of the PDFs, and look at how they went about it. That should help you out as well. See how the guys formulated their problem statements and how they went about it in literature reviews, and addressing them, and elaborating on them, using references, using backups from authors, from authorities, here and there, to back up the what? Their problem statements as well as the objectives. If you want to do this on your own without any other source, you're going to struggle. Google the materials, read them, go through them in depth, look at the way they've gone about it. It doesn't have to be related to your topic specifically, but at least you get an idea of how these guys are going about with their what? Literature reviews. So you can also apply the same concept in yours as well. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There's a question over here. It says, please concern the reference. How do you give reference for, okay, I've already addressed that part. Yeah, use the siteme.com. Okay. So guys, that's about it, man. I mean, it's just, I've talked over and over again. I've gone through some of your colleagues' reports and some of the issues that they've, some of the challenges with them. And I've told you guys how you're supposed to go about and address those issues. Now just go back and apply some of that towards your work and get it done properly. Okay, so if you have sent me some of your reports and you know they don't conform to what I've just said, what I've gone through for the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours, then you know you have to go back to the drawing board, right? And redo your work.
Okay, sir.
Are we good? Bernard, you here?
Yes, we are good, sir.
Vincent, you just joined in too. We
Yes, I'm here.
you are late. Vincent, you are late.
Yes, I'm late. I'm late.
Okay, we have the recording so you guys can go. But I went through a lot of stuff. You guys need to go back and restructure the document. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Okay.
All right. Bernard, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, please.
Good, good. So you got my message, right?
Please, yes.
Good. All right, guys. Go work on it, all right?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So here's a way you look up for literature reviews for your projects. Some of your project topics have already been done. You just gotta search for them and go through them, and then capture some of the stuff that have already been talked about within your project. So you don't really have to reinvent the wheel anymore. But keep in mind, you are not supposed to copy somebody's work, else that will constitute plagiarism. So when you do come across, materials that relate exactly to your problem, to your topic, and you do download it, do not copy the content. Put them in your own words. Take up some of the ideas in there and put them in your own words. Okay. So here is one that I think one of the groups might be very, very pleased to see or probably have already seen. So the best way to pick up to search for literature reviews on given topics, I just go to Google. You can type, so I'm going to look for literature review on developing biometric systems. So literature review on developing a biometric system in PDF. So that's my search. Literature review on developing a biometric system in PDF. So basically, all the literature reviews that are going to show up are going to be in PDF. So I can download them and then go through them. And then the most valuable points that I need, I pick them, put them in my own words, and add it to my documentation. Okay. I think there's a student working on, there's a group working on this exact problem topic. Okay, so let's go through it real quick. So you do have a number of PDF documentations that shows up. This is a comparative analysis. We're looking for the design, the development instead. These are more of analysis. They're not design. So they are problem statements and literature review are going to be completely different from development. Let's go further down. There we go. Design and implementation of a biometric system. So that should be a good one. Let's click on it. I tried in PDF for you, so that's good. So this is somebody here, Dr. Somebody, who wrote, so a doctor from Nigeria, Imo States, Nigeria, already wrote a paper on design and implementation of biometric information system. So I think there's a student that handle, let me see if I can find that. Here we go. This is design and development of a biometric employee attendance. So it's similar, something similar. That's good. So we can use that as a research or reference or literature document for this particular topic here. Okay, so you have an abstract. So like I said, do not copy the content. Just go through it, pick up the salient points that relates to that topic, and you can incorporate them in your own words. So he talks briefly about, so you have an abstract, but your chapter 1 should revolve around some of these stuff, but not exactly. Just like I said, go through it and figure out what are the salient points that you want to incorporate in your documentation. So he talked, okay, so let's go to his problem statement. He talks about the utilization of humans, mainly man, as the main objective of any establishment because of the large amount of money spent yearly on loss of data and information retrieval. Traditionally, information security is the act of preventing imposters to have access to the database of information that is secured or classified. This is normally done by PIN or password. The manual process entails the availability of password provision to the people that would have access to the base, and other problems posed relates to this. So he talks about, so I can guess from his problem statement over here, from this paragraph here, I'm guessing he's trying to talk about the manual process of how systems are secured based off passwords or PIN provisions can lead to some of these challenges. So he chose to use bullet points for the salient issues that arises from manual process of system authentication. And one of them happens to be breach of security. So that's a solid point, solid problem statement, breach of security. Protecting confidential information lacks when you use manual processes. Access to company organization databases is also a problem when you use manual processes. Loss of important files, yes, manual process always gives you some of these issues. And then protecting confidentiality or integrity and availability of information is always also pose a problem when you have a manual process of authenticating systems. Okay, so these are the breakdown of the challenges that, or the problem statements that he wants to address within his research, within his paper here. Okay, or within his design over here, that relates to actually the manual process of authenticating systems. Okay, so this is how he has gone about it. You can go about it in a different order, but this is the way he chose to go about it, which is not bad. So within this, I'm hoping to see most of his chapter 2 talking about these issues. Like I pointed earlier, like I keep saying, your problem statements are going to dictate how your entire project is going to flow. It's actually designed to, the problem statement and your objectives are designed to keep the entire document within scope. So you don't end up talking about all kinds of stuff that have nothing to do with anything. So like I said, it keeps you in check, or keeps the entire document in scope. That's why it's important to have a well-defined problem statement and objectives. Okay. Now he goes about with his objectives. So look at it. So he talks about the major aim and objectives of the study is to sanitize or analyze the frequently used information security devices, which is PIN and password, etc. Okay, this is the approach. I would have just gone straight to my this one over. So if you notice, actionable plans to develop a program that would work biometric devices and increase accuracy. See that? To develop. Here, to ensure an advanced technology in security, risk management to reduce cost, etc. Software that would increase the level of data integrity to enable dissemination to increase accuracy. Okay, so this is definitely the approach that he chose to go about with his objectives. I would have loved to see more of the how part within this particular document. Like for instance, how will the software increase the level of data integrity? So maybe to create